Hey, this is powerinc, wake up movement. And I'm encouraging my people to be radical thinkers for a changed mindset. I don't bring you the news, I bring you the issues, give you the solution from my perspective. And anything I actually talk about can always resonate and go back to the mind, to the old condition, to the old program, to what we see in society and what's going on. Identity crisis or a mental meltdown going around the globe at the moment. I believe Corona damage is worse than what we already are as people, and it shows every day is showing. And this is a self-help program for rebuilding, self-healing us as trauma people. My main focus is towards my people. Be one, black first. But we intentionally been held back, so we can't actually show our talent. People got to understand why they hold us back and how. You know, as long as you keep denying it, you ain't about change. You ain't willing to stand up and fight back. And if that's you, go to the next podcast. I don't like to even call this a podcast because I'm about awareness, and that's what this is about to get our people to be awake. And the black woman is at Walmart. I think she was picking up some belongings for her child, and I guess these teens was bothering her. She was a heavier woman, bigger set, beautiful woman, and she was getting bothered. She asked them like, "Are y'all making fun of me or something?" And I guess she went about her way to get some things for her baby after the baby out, and I guess they kept helping her. And guess they end up pulling on her hair, and she, defend herself wherever the case can be. So the police get involved. This police officer is a so-called brother. You know how they say, "Oh, skin folks ain't kin folks." True, because this officer didn't do his job, so he wrongfully arrested the victim. He wrongfully arrested her, took her to jail and everything. You know, so they booked her for I don't know, a bunch of BS. They took her wrongfully to jail for no apparent reason, and other people got away, went home, and enjoyed that day after harassing somebody for picking up and doing some things for their child as a mother at Walmart, minding her business. So anyway, so I guess the chief of that department was a good person, a white man that actually hold his job accountable. Take pride in being a chief, an officer. You know, about serving, protecting what they supposed to do. So he fired this clown, this coon that didn't do his job properly. You know, he didn't fire him, he just suspended, I believe. You know what I mean? Uh, so he did right, but he even did some more way out his character of what we see. He actually paid for the lady's bond, gave her money back for the bond, gave her the money back for what she spent, really gave a damn to show it by doing what he did. And it's very good to hear that, to see that, because really, if people are really good hearted and say they're not racist or whatever the case can be, it show with their actions. Actions speak louder than words. And this person, this chief, he did his job. And for the clown, bootlicking coon that did such a thing, it shows that he had a self-hate himself to hate his own people, just like the Tyree Nichols situation. It's our mindset and it's our program. We condition to self-hate ourselves and hate each other. But people, we got to understand, they working for the very system was designed to keep us in our place. They slave catchers. That's originally where policing came from, to catch us as slaves. That's the fact. You can't change that. You know what I'm saying? You can have a bunch of officers, but if they still working in a certain way or how this system was built, it's still not benefiting us as people. And this officer shows you, just like the Tyree Nichols situation. They didn't do their job. They used that old program, saying just self hate and hate each other to do your own people like this. These people are in position that can do so much more for what they gotta know what they department intentionally doing to their people out in the streets. And if you don't acknowledge this to see this, because you're just being just as ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I'm not begging and asking for you to be awakened and wake up. You got to see it. I done had enough arguments from friends and family. If you don't see it, it ain't no point for me to keep on talking and to deliver it, because you got to see it. That's why I say I'm encouraging, I'm inspiring, and being an example by myself, so you can see for yourself. I'm a changed man, because I know if I'm better, my family's better, my people better, because I understand what has intentionally been done to us. And I'm just trying to give our people an insight. 100% of our problems is using the old program. The lack of awareness, the lack of guidance, the lack of understanding, the lack of willing to fight, the lack of willing to stand up, the lack of understand who you truly are, the lack of education, the lack of spiritual understanding who you are, the lack of understanding what blackness means, the lack of understanding, the lack of power. The lack of power, and we are lacking it strongly. This is our problem. How can you understand? You got to see. You got to know how and why. You got to know your history. You got to know what are we lacking. If you don't got all the tools in the palm of your hand, then you're lacking it. It's like we lacking guidance, lacking leadership, and we lacking understanding of our problems. And we're still using the same old logic, the same old condition. This is why we keep getting the same old results, because we keep using the same old tactics with the same old program. Facts. Leave a comment. Let me know if I'm wrong or right, because I know it. I be in the streets to communicate and to see our people is lacking in knowledge, lacking in understanding. If you know the church was upstairs and the slave dungeon was downstairs, you'll know the church and the junk science got a lot to do when we got enslaved. It got a lot to do with the trauma that they inflicted upon us as people. It got a lot to do when they snatched our identity, robbed us from our peace of mind, because something happened to us. And if you don't know something happened to us, you cool going along with the old program. And that's part of the problem. I'm not here and willing to fix nobody. I'm just trying to encourage you to wake up to see our problems so you can work on rebuilding, self-healing for yourself. Like I said, put your religion to the side, put your sexuality to the side. Let's come together as people with a different mindset, with a different program, to a different understanding, so we can have some real solutions and come together to better this world. Because this system is defeating all of us as people. And when will you say enough is enough? The police are doing us wrong because they intended to do us wrong. They slave catchers. That's their agenda. It's never changed. It's never changed. That's who they are. The history tells who they are. This is how this black woman got done by this officer. He's a black officer. Wrongfully arrested a black woman. Wrongfully. Then the chief was a good man that cleaned up his mess. Did right. Gave her her money back for bonding out. Gave her her money back for the thing she bought for a child. But nobody want to really understand and see our problems as people. It's our mind. This is the old program. The minute you was in your mama's belly and you come into life, getting born, and and your mind is growing, you're getting conditioned. It's like a computer. You got to be installed. You got to put something in that computer for it to work. When we're babies and we're growing up, it's the environment. So we get to living in life, and we start living for what the environment that we in, and we try to just live the best. That's why the majority of our people just trying to chase the bag. And we thinking being in our own lane is the best way. But we so conditioned to think that. It's really a dumb thing to think, because it makes us weaker as a people. This is how we get conquered while we divided and conquered. If we really know our history, what potentially was done to us while we was really interrupted, trading with each other, enjoying life, you'll understand what happened to us. Because something happened to us. We are trauma people. If you don't acknowledge the trauma, you cannot work on rebuilding yourself or healing yourself. We need counseling, but you can work on this yourself. You can work on reprogramming yourself, but you got to acknowledge, you got to see it to believe it, to understand it, to rebuild it, to transform it. You got to see it. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. I don't have all the knowledge in the world. I wish I'm working on it. I wish I did. But this the whole point of me saying how I say, let's do this together so we can change as people. Because I'm going through the process as well. I don't watch TV. Got you distracted, people. Got us distracted. When you see these people that all this money actually in these neighborhoods, the ghettos and hoods, the most broken and divided places, making a difference. They don't, because they don't give a damn. But we choose to wear Nike and Polo, Jordan, and none of these people are in our neighborhoods. Even the Kansas City Chiefs, the Royals, they say when they win the championship, they lift the city and make money. Everybody's no. This is the Chiefs' third championship. The Royals had two. And far as I'm concerned, the hood ain't never changed. I'm doing some research on the Chiefs, and it's going to blow your mind once I tell you. But I got to make sure I give you everything. But I just want people to understand, open up your eyes, because it's right in our face, the disrespect to us as people in general. People around the globe. Don't matter your color. They all are playing us. The system is playing us. And to us as people, to really understand that we've been playing in this game and programmed to be content and go along with this system, man, it doesn't benefit us. It doesn't. You know what I mean? It's really you're rich or you're poor, And even the rich, some of the rich, we getting taken advantage of through the system. What sense do it make the toughest time in the life I'm seeing with Corona that went on to raise the cost of living? Why? What are they really trying to do? Why was that even necessary? What's the point in that? What's the point in that? To keep us at the bottom, to really take off some, to really try to control the population, that people have been saying for some time. Maybe that's true, but if that's true, that's wrong. That's wrong. And they supposed to work for us, people. Don't matter what side you on, Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. I'm not encouraging you not to vote. I'm not doing that. But I'm just telling you, either side is not benefiting us. You can be a smarter and intelligent voter, be an independent voter. And so we need to build our own party and come with a different logic and a different program and a different way of thinking to try to change this government system that's intentionally holding us back as people. That's why a job only give you so much to keep you right there, keep you working. A job really never want to give you a very lot of money because they know you're going to investment and go somewhere else. They holding us back as in life, people. And if you don't see it, you content with it, this is not for you then. If you cool with it, go on to the next little show or next channel. This is not for you. It's not for you. And I don't expect it to be. But you got to see it for yourself. You got to see it for yourself. Let's wake up so we can do the three things I speak on. Powerusnow.com. Get a t-shirt to show unity. Powerusnow.com. Get a t-shirt to show unity. Power is knowledge. And it can change your thought process, and your thoughts can change your behavior. And that can trickle down into your actions. And once you acknowledge the trauma, you can work on rebuilding yourself, for healing yourself, for a change. Fact of the matter is, we are traumatized and trauma people, programmed and conditioned in this system. Be awakened for a changed mindset. Wake up, my people. The lack of knowledge is the lack of power. I am your power brother, speaking on the issues to give you the solution from my perspective. And I'm encouraging you to wake up. Wake up. Be a radical thinker for a changed mindset. Till next time, protect each other, Unite with each other. Be power.